Hi guys, I'm Aussie and welcome to episode 26 of The First Star, our quest to win Arsenal the Champions League for the first time. You haven't missed anything since last episode where we of course had a bit of a stale mate there with Manchester United. We went to the Wembley, we beat Swansea in the FA Cup semi-final to go on to the final. Our opponents will be Liverpool, so we're battling with them for the league and we're going to do battle with them for the FA Cup as well. This episode though, we're going to start the week with a chance to go into the Final Four of the Champions League. It's Paris SG, that makes sense, PSG, home and away. We'll skip over the Everton game in the middle, I'll give a sort of a bit of a highlight package of that in the middle, but let's not waste any time. Let's go and have a look at the team we're sending out for this biggest of big games. We're at home, so we want to try and keep a clean sheet if possible. And this is pretty much the best team we have. Leno in goals, Tierney, Mustafi, Socrates, and Semedo as a back four. Torreira and Milinkovic-Savic in midfield. Smith Rowe, Mesut Ozil back from injury but not fully fit, so he probably won't get 90 minutes from him. Marin as well down the left. He's been playing really well lately. He's been impressing me, so we're going to give him a game. And Aubameyang, of course, hopefully to continue his goal-scoring ways. In terms of our two youngsters, Bergkamp just struggling with injuries a little bit right now. He's got another minor knock, another week or so heel injury, and Houlihan. It's not that I don't trust you, I just kind of don't trust you for this game. So we don't have him on the bench. Sorry, mate. We'll see how you go for the second leg. Let's see. Norbert says send the boys out with a clear mind. Media one tends to work. It does tend to work. I should say too, if you guys want to have if you're not David Bergkamp or Thomas Houlihan, and you want to have an Academy product named after you, just leave me a comment. Just get me on Twitter if you like at Aussie Villain, and we can look to do that as well. We have so many Academy products. Obviously you get 10, 15, 20 every year, sometimes more, so endless amounts. If you do want to have a chance to play for Arsenal, this is probably your best chance. Maybe you're a really talented footballer and you might get there in real life, but if not, this is probably the best that we can all hope for. It's the best I can hope for. Here we go. Torreira from a free kick. It's decent. It's off the bar. That was a good free kick from Torreira. Very, very unlucky. Now, as ever in these it's a replay. It's an action replay. Can he do a little bit better this time? He's had a warm-up. Oh, he's hit the same part of the bar. Aubameyang's there. Can he take a touchdown? It's offside. Torreira's hit the same spot on the bar, I'm sure of it. If I could be bothered, I'd try and edit side by side in and see what would happen, but that's just too much work, so I'm not going to do it. I'm just not. I really want to do it now and see. But it was roughly the same spot, wasn't it? Alright, let's not go and concede a goal here. Away goals just make our life a little bit more difficult, don't they? It should be easily away. Sergej Milinkovic-Savic is there to complete can we launch a counter-attack? Smith Rowe is going infield, he's going other way, mate, other way. Semedo and Bellerin, I'm honestly convinced we have the two best right-backs in world football right now. They are just both amazing. Milinkovic-Savic, we probably have the best midfielder in the game. I don't think I've shown his attributes for a little while, so I'll show those if I think of it next time the screen comes up. Aubameyang, we have possibly the best striker in world football. We have a really good team here. Smith Rowe is a mile offside. Semedo's powering in though. Can he pull it back? He's gone too far. He had to pull that back. I think Smith Rowe actually got in his way there, but we do have a corner. Can we do something from this? We are decent from the short for Smith Rowe, and another chance to have another go at that. This has been promising so far, hasn't it? But the problem, of course, is just one away goal, and it can all change very, very quickly. Smith Rowe's got more time this time. Again, I'm not convinced I like that as a movement, but there's a a ball to the back post for Marin. He can't quite get to it, and that should be the end of the highlight, and it is. Let's give it another get creative. Now, Paris like to pass the ball, so we're pushing right up, high line, which is very risky with Neymar and Mbappe in a team, I will admit that. Another chance. Oh, that's horrible. We've got to stop with these short corners. What are we doing? I haven't told them to do short corners. That's just purely Ozil and Smith Rowe thinking they have something. There's a good little jink. There wasn't a pass from Milinkovic-Savic. Aubameyang. Look at the space. Look at the. Oh, you've got to play it in there. Got to play it in behind. But we've got the ball back. Another chance. Torreira, we're looking good, aren't we? We're looking good, but Mbappe and Neymar could at any time just explode on a counter-attack and we'll be a goal down before we have a chance to blink. It's a nice little ball around the corner. Ozil for Marin. What can Marin do? Marin goes wide for Semedo. I've got three men in the box. Can you pick one of them out? Back post for Marin! Oh, it's away! What a save! What a save. That's a little bit unlucky. Oh, come on, boys. We really are playing well. We just need to get this first goal. Yeah, because you don't know if we could probably score at their place, but you don't want to have to rely on it. You don't want to have to go there and win. I mean, would I take 0-0 now? I tell you what, I think about it. I really would. I don't like playing at home first. Is such a balancing act, isn't it? Because you can't be going away really needing a win. Puts a lot of pressure on you. It's really difficult to do that. But then you want to obviously take a lead there with you. But the risk of that, of going for it, is that you concede, isn't it? It really is a lot easier, I think, sometimes to play away from home first. And you can just... His Neymar, this is the first time we've seen him. He's jinked inside Semedo there. He's got too much space to run into. He's played a ball in. What is Leno doing? You're not tied to your goal line, mate. You're not tied to your... You're a sweeper keeper. Oh, that hurts. That really, really hurts. I mean, what is Leno doing? I mean, it's a decent run from... Could we've won the ball there? It's a decent run from Neymar, but what is Leno doing? Look, it's right there. It's literally right there, mate. You're not even covering your near post. Oh, that hurts. That really, really hurts. That's what I was worried about, just that one moment. And it can all go a little bit wrong. I don't understand what Leno was doing there. I really don't. I don't want to blame the game. But, like, come on. An actual goalkeeper in real life would just walk out and just pick that up. I mean, he doesn't even have to run. He could have just walked at a leisurely pace. Oh, that's really disappointing. And we've been the better team too, I think. All right, we'll go with assertive. Show me something else. We do need to be better. You think we had a couple of decent chances that we could have maybe done a little bit better with. We're a good team, though. We're a good team. It's only a goal. We were never going to go through the whole tie, really, without them scoring, were we? This is our first real test of the season, though, as well. So it's a little bit disappointing to be going in behind. In the Champions League, anyway. We've played some good teams in the league. Now we really do have this balancing act of, if they score again, we are in some serious trouble. Come on, boys, come on. I mean, we've done relatively well restricting them. They've just had that one highlight, really, haven't they? But you can see, match stats-wise, they're coming right back into this. We're going to have to make some changes. Okay, so who's not playing well here? Smith Rowe, he was a bit of a risk to play, actually, to be honest. He was the one that I was a little bit iffy about. Do we go Pellegrini for Aubameyang? Let's wait on that just perhaps a little bit here. Yeah, a lot of our right wingers, like Iwobi is tied still from international duty. Mkhitaryan's tied, so we couldn't really call on him here. So we should have more options for the second leg. It's a good run from Semedo. Semedo! Oh, Semedo! I thought that was going over. He's belted the thunder bastard into the roof of the net. It's his first goal for Arsenal, and what a time to score it. That has come out of nowhere. There was nothing on there, and Semedo has just unleashed a rocket. Look, there was nothing on. There was absolutely nothing on here. He's got a bit of space, cuts inside, left-footed as well. That's a little bit special. That's really, really... A left-footed goal from your right back. We've seen it all. Alright, can we go and retrieve this situation somewhat? The problem is that we can't retrieve, we can't undo the away goal. And, it's second leg, obviously, we can go and score ourselves. Go on, Semedo. Go on, Semedo. Go on, Semedo. Go on, Semedo. He's gone for Aubameyang. Oh, just went out a little bit. Oh, cheeky from Nelson, but just over. Semedo almost would have been better off going himself there. He kind of ran into Aubameyang, didn't he? Aubameyang's not playing well, actually. Let's bring on Pellegrini. Something different up top. He's been scoring loads of goals as well, so we don't have to. We're not losing. We're just losing pace for some height, basically. Don't know why I'm saying show some passion. They're all looking passionate. Oh, this is Neymar from a set piece. This would hurt. This would really hurt. Oh, thought that was in. I thought That was in. Do we take 1-1? I mean, well, we're not. Hopefully, come on, this is the goal here. Come on, Ozil. Good ball in. It's finally gone to a back post, and it's in from Pellegrini, the super sub. There we go. See what happens, Ozil, when you actually cross the ball into the box? Wonderful things happen. And there we go. That, we've turned it around. That's his 20th goal of the season. 18-year-old Pellegrini in his first year. Not just at Arsenal, but in England. And that was a really good header. That's what he does. That's what he brings. That's what we signed him for. And that is really, really good. Now, Ozil's looking very tired here. We might... I can't do it from here. We might look to bring Ramsey on. And we might just look to play a little bit more of a flat midfield trio. There we go. I mean, we have the lead. We fought back. We don't need to do anything silly. And to be honest, we've played Ozil too long there as it was. So, come on, boys. Let's see this out. And I think if we do hang on to this, we have 20 seconds. There could be time here. There could be time. But that Semedo wonder goal might have just turned this in our favour. Well done, Semedo. He is just absolutely brilliant. And like I say, Bellerin is absolutely brilliant as well. But I think Semedo might just be overtaking him as the first choice. Oh, get that away. That was a little scrappy at the end there. But... oh, it sets up nicely for the second leg, doesn't it? 2-1. We managed to turn that around in the second half. And I think we've got to say don't get complacent. You come brilliantly to come back and win that. Let's go with that. And then we'll deal with complacency sort of pre-game for the next one. So there we go. It looks like Real Madrid and United, looks like a good tie as well, isn't it? Finally balanced. But let's have a look here. Come from behind. That Semedo goal, honestly, that is... we take into the context of the season, that's got to be right up there for goals of the season too, doesn't it? Because it was a really good performance as well. Passing was a joy to behold. His defending. His defence wasn't terrible, but wonderful stuff from Semedo. And goes, wait right there, I'll play through Everton and we'll be back for the second leg. Okay, welcome back for the second leg. This is going to be anxious, isn't it? You can see here first the other ties. Liverpool's gotten through against Lyon. Monaco, though, knocked City out on away goals. So that's a little bit surprising. I would have thought City would have had too much for them. So we can't have sort of a Premier League Final Four, which is probably a good thing. Now, before we get to this game, let's just quickly clear up the Everton game. You can see it was comfortable. It was a 2-0 win. Emile Smith-Rowe got both goals. I had a word to him after the last game. He said, come on, mate, you need to do a little bit better. Look at this, though. We absolutely blanked them. Dominant performance. First goal from Smith-Rowe was a nice little worked short corner routine. And he tapped it at the back post. Second one, again, header at the back. I think it was a header at the back post from a Bellerin cross. Really, really good performance. And just keep the pressure on Liverpool. You look at the league table, because we aren't playing any games in the league this episode, you can see still joint top, still with a game in hand, and we are just miles clear of the rest of the league. It's ridiculous how good ourselves and Liverpool have been. But let's have a look at the team we're sending out for this second leg, and it's a very familiar looking team to the first leg. Leno in goal, Tierney, Mustafi, Socrates and Semedo as a back four. Torreira and Milinkovic-Savic. Mkhitaryan comes in to play on the right. We're going to have Mesut Ozil, but we're going to play him as an advanced playmaker, and Marin continuing down the left with Aubameyang up top. Bench is very familiar as well. We have Pellegrini. Again, we'll bring him off the bench if we need him. I think if they're going to attack us, Aubameyang's pace could be a good thing. Alright, so we can see the teams here. Now, we are still going to play the way we did in the home leg. We're going to press high. We're going to try and win the ball up the pitch. Now, what we want to do here is don't allow complacency. Go out there and start again. Is that what that says? Yeah, we want to say that. That seems to have worked. Let's get out there. The reason we're going to do this and press high at the pitch is that we need to look at it as though it is actually sort of a tied game right now, because if we sit back and they score one goal, we're out, we lose. So I want to attack them. I think almost the best form of defence might be attack against Paris, because they have so many good players. We almost need to push them back, I think, to try and stop them from playing. So that's what we're going to try and do. If it works or not, we'll find out, won't we, in the next few minutes here. Mkhitaryan is looking nervous. That's not great. I don't usually play him out wide. It's almost through lack of other options. And I do want him in the team because he's been really, really good for us. But Reece Nelson is tight. And there's a good ball for Aubameyang. He's in here, is he? I think he's in. Aubameyang. Oh, good block. It's a really good block from Kimpembe. Marin retrieves. Does he know it's going to be a throw? Olsen is not available. Smith-Rowe hasn't played well out there. Awobi was an option, and Reece Nelson's tired from playing a few games lately. So it was sort of, it came down between Awobi and Mkhitaryan. I went for Mkhitaryan. Time will tell, as I said, if that's a mistake or not. We'll just keep telling him get creative. I don't like this nervousness from Mkhitaryan. I might see they're looking nervous. It's a big game. It's a big game. People are going to be nervous, aren't they? I might send out a show some passion here though. Try and fire him up a little bit. That hasn't worked either. Oh, it's tight. It's cagey, and the longer it stays at 0-0 and we don't have that away goal, oh, the worse it gets, doesn't it? Because you can just see it already, can't you? The 94th minute, and bang, they go and they win this game 1-0, and out we go. All right. That wasn't the best performance, was it? It wasn't. I mean, it was okay in that the match stats wise, but those match ratings aren't great. So I'm going to say, am I going to say I'm not happy? I think I am. I'm going to say I'm not happy. There we go. It's fired them up. Let's get back out there. An away goal will certainly make me feel better. Because at least then if they, we know that they can score 2. And even if they do score 2, we're still not out. We still have sort of a safety net of extra time and penalties. Not that we want that by any means, but, we're still in the fight kind of thing. Is this going to be a Paris highlight? It's looking suspiciously like it might be unless we can nick it. Can we force a mistake high up the pitch? We might be able to win that. No, not really. Right, Neymar. Now, if there's one person that can go pace-wise with Neymar, it's probably Semedo. Now, he's cutting in field, which is not great. Let's get in front of this, please. Let's get in front of it. That looks very familiar to the first leg. It's disallowed for offside. And I'm not sure that was offside. If they're going to do that, you know what we might do, actually? Try and stop Neymar cutting in. I wonder if we should defend narrow. Try and force him to go on our outside. Get him away from goal. He is offside too, isn't he? Oh, only just, but he is offside. That was just an absolute carbon copy, wasn't it, of the first leg. We're not playing particularly well again here. We haven't really improved since half-time. We're looking motivated. We're looking convinced. The next shout is going to be a demand more. I just worry a little bit here that we're not doing enough. We're not doing enough. Can we get to that? We can't. Mbappe, go with a big save. I tell you what, he may have messed up in that first leg, but that was a massive save. 1-on-1 with Mbappe. We're going to give it a demand more as soon as we can because we're not playing well enough. Mkhitaryan's still looking apprehensive. Here's a chance for Ozil. This would be huge. Mesut Ozil, it's into the wall. Can we get to that? We can. Back to Ozil Marin. He's going to go himself. He dinks it into the back post. It's there. It's that Semedo, I think it is. Socrates. No, what's he doing out there? Mustafi retrieves. That's not where we want our centre-back. In any case, you don't, whether you're defending or attacking, you don't want your centre back out on the touchline. There's a good ball for Ozil. Can we get across him? Milinkovic-Savic is running in. We know we can get the end of things. It's gonna. We're not at it right out now, are we? Now crosses aren't good enough. There's Marin. It's still there for us though. It's still there. Long highlights can lead to goals. So unless this goes as a counter attack, I'm feeling hopeful. Milinkovic-Savic, can he just put a bullet in the top corner? He can't. Oh, that was more of a balloon than a bullet, wasn't it? Just kind of looping in towards goal. There's our demand more shout. Let's see if that... 15 minutes to go. This is getting nervy. Kieran Tierney's done well there to win that. Come on, sensible, mate. Sensible. There we go. Good stuff. Building from the back. Let's see what Socrates can do. He's gone long-ish. I'm wondering if we might need to bring Pellegrini up there because they're not pushing up. Aubameyang has been very quiet, hasn't he? We might do that. The risk, of course, and it's a long way in the future, but if we go to penalties, we know Aubameyang is decent at them. But we can't play for that right now. We've got to be playing sort of the game we have, not what might happen. All right, come on, Mkhitaryan. He's been quiet as well. What can he do? He's taking on his man. Can he get across into the box? He can't. It's deflected down. Oh, these long highlights. Can we win that? We can. Well done, Milinkovic-Savic. I was going to show you his attributes, wasn't I? I'll try and remember to do that next time we go off a highlight here. Marin, can he get a decent ball in the box? It's a decent ball. That's the away goal! A massive stuff up by the Paris defenders. They both stood there and looked at it. Look, what's that white thing coming over towards us? And they have just both let that that was horrible defending, wasn't it? We'll take that was as bad as Leno's goalkeeping for the first goal in the first leg, or their goal, I should say, in the first. Look at that! What are they doing? They both. This guy's at least had an attempt to head the ball, Mbappe, but that was horrible. There's a cat playing in the background if you can hear that. All right, let's give them a concentrate here. We were just about to take off Aubameyang, and he's gone and done that and saved himself. All right, we don't want to do this. We don't want them coming back from 2 goals. It's headed away. It's still there for them, though. We've got to get in front of that. Oh, a little bit of luck. Oh, that was lucky. They've been overwhelmed by their concentrate shot. I tell you what, Mkhitaryan is just not playing well. We're going to take him off. We'll bring on Reece Nelson. He should be able to do a job there for us. Do we want to shore things up with Ramsey and drop him in? Ramsey for Ozil and drop him back? That might be a sensible thing to do. What have we got? 5 minutes to go here. What we should do as well is just look to start and close this game down a little bit. We might just drop a touch, be more compact, try and make it more difficult for them. We'll regroup. We will still look to counter. We won't roll it out. We'll slow down the pace. We'll be more disciplined here. We'll lower our tempo down even further. We'll play for set pieces because that can waste time as well. We'll time waste a little bit. We'll just waste a little bit of time. We won't go full Mourinho just yet. Come on, boys. Come on. Let's go back to defensive now. This is coming into the end. I don't think they're going to score twice. Just 30 seconds to go. We've got through, boys. We have got through. Oh, it was nervy. It was anxious. It's taken years off my life, but I think we have just about managed to get through. Now, this makes me wonder, are we destined to play Liverpool in the FA Cup final, the Champions League final, and challenge with them for the league in just the biggest 2-horse race in Premier League history? He's offside, but that's okay because it doesn't matter. You do wonder, don't you? We'll wait around. The semi-final draws coming up in a day or two in the game. So we'll find out who our opponents are in the semi-finals before this episode ends. But there it is. That's a big win, isn't it? Because Paris are a really, really good team. Now, Milinkovic-Savic, just a quick look there. I mean, look at those attributes. He is just an absolute monster. He can do literally everything. He can tackle, he can pass, he can just bully people off the ball. Look at that strength and jumping reach. He could be a target man. He could be a central defender. He could be anything. He could literally play any position. He can even play on the wing. He can dribble and cross a little bit. He's the ultimate all-round footballer, isn't he? He is just a beast, and I do recommend. We paid over 100 million for him, but I think it's been worth every cent. Let me know what you think in the comments, but I think he's just been amazing for us. And there it is. Real Madrid got knocked out on away goals by Manchester United. So 3 of the 4 are Premier League clubs. I tell you what, it would be tasty, wouldn't it? No matter who the draw throws up, it's going to be tasty, and someone's going to get Monaco. Reminds me of a few years ago when everyone wanted Juventus in the last 4. Was it Bayern Munich, Real Madrid, and Barcelona? And everyone wanted Juventus, and Juventus ended up making the final. So wait right there, guys. We'll find out who it is we have in the semi-final. All right, here it is. Manchester United, Arsenal, Liverpool, and Monaco. Who will we get? I mean, Monaco is obviously who you want. They did beat City, so they're obviously a decent team there. But Monaco, this is the one we want. It's Manchester. So it's Liverpool. We weren't destined to get them in the final. We're destined to get them over 2 legs. That is tasty. Really, really tasty. And then it could be Arsenal, Man United, or Liverpool, Man United in the Champions League final. That would be absolute scenes, wouldn't it? So there it is. We have Liverpool in the semi-final. That is going to be huge, and that's going to be next episode on, of course, Wednesday. So we'll come back for that. We'll come back for Liverpool and Cardiff in the league. I think, yeah, we'll do Liverpool-Cardiff, and then we can do Chelsea-Liverpool. That's going to be huge. So that's all for next episode, guys. If you have enjoyed this, please do hit like, subscribe if you're new, ring the bell so you can upload new episodes. But until Wednesday, where we have a Champions League semi-final, I've been Aussie Villain. Thank you so much for watching. Take care.